Hello guys, welcome back to Comic Book Cafe, and this time around we're reviewing Secret Wars number 9, the final wrap-up to the Secret Wars, which has been surprisingly better than I expected, truthfully. It was, after finally wrapping it all up, it was a much better story than I expected it to be. So, we start off this issue, which basically everything finally come to fruition. So we start off, for example, with, Namor the Submariner, and basically Black Panther with, of course, the Infinity Gauntlet, challenging Doom. And, challenging Doom, fix reality. And, first thing happened, Black Panther is able to, knock Doom, they knock Doom into pieces. Namor's like, it's not going to be that easy. And, of course, it's not. Doom comes back, and they have this big battle. And Doom is so confident and so thing. And Black Panther's like, you said this all mechanical, all that. You should realize this was a diversion. And Doom realizes, wait a minute. This whole fight was a diversion. You never planned on beating me. And so we go to the other end, which is Reed Richards, which is, of course, the ultimate evil version of Reed Richards. And, of course, Sue Richards is the children. And, Reed Richards is walking by, and she's like, I know you from something. He goes, you can't know me. He was replaced in your memory. He goes, no, I remember from the picture, you killed, of course, Doctor Strange, Stephen Strange. He's like, no, I did not. Doom did. And the daughter contradicted, I don't think he did, before she said it. And so, him and the evil Reed Richards go down to the place where, of course, Molecule Man is, which, of course, the most, basically the most powerful man there is. And down there talking to him, and, first thing he asks is, did you bring me something to eat? He said, no. And then, because the Ultimate Universe, evil Reed Richards saw the moment of weakness with Reed Richards with his, not his wife, doesn't know he's his wife and stuff, he decides to double cross him. He found some form of something from the old reality to double cross Richards, and Richards turns into like an ape and stuff, and he's gonna kill him, and all of a sudden, Owen says, he kills the evil Reed Richards, cuts him to pieces, and basically devours him. And he's like, like pizza slices. So clearly, he liked Reed Richards over the other one. He made a choice. And then Doom shows up, of course, because the deception's over. And Doom, sees Sue, and Sue says, you killed Stephen Strange, and he's like, I'm sorry, I tried. And then he goes down to fight, to see, Molecule Man. He sees Reed Richards, like, why can't you leave things alone? Why do you always mess things up? And they have their little battle, because what happens is Molecule Man decides, asks Doom, did you bring anything? He goes, no. Then you two are equal, and Doom's no longer God. And they're basically fighting as equal, and he and Reed Richards are fighting. Reed Richards lets out his anger, like, you got this godlike power, and the first thing you did was replace me, and you took my family. And, he's real mad, and they're fighting about everything, and then Doom says, I'm going to kill you to die. You both, and then Molecule Man, so you both agree? Fine. Doom says no, and then everything goes, blank. And next we see was Black Panther, on Earth, because he uses one of the Infinity Gems. He goes to Earth, goes to Wanda. You see him talk to a guy about space exploration and stuff, and how important this stuff is. They're going to be the first to do this, wherever this is, that's never been explored. And then we go to the modern Marvel Universe, now the new Marvel Universe, where we see Molecule Man talking to Miles, of course, the Spider-Man from the Ultimate Universe, and, says thank you for the slice of pizza, and then disappears. And then him and Peter Parker are talking. He's like, so what'd you tell her about, you're going to be Spider-Man? I think he told her he's doing homework or something. So he's like, it's kind of a half-lie. He'll see when I go be Spider-Man. So they both go off to be Spider-Man together. So we have, of course, both those in the same universe, which are cool. Again, you see small glimpses of it, the universe. And then we finally go back to finally what happens to Reed Richards. And the family, I guess, clearly now knows, have got their memories back now, and know who he is, and that he's their father, the kid's father, and, her husband. And what they're doing is, they find out that their son, has this imaginary ability to dream whole universes. So Molecule Man is making those universes, and then Reed Richards' ability throws them out in space. And then they're going to go explore them to kind of map them out. So that's what the Fantastic what's left of the Fantastic Four is going to do. Obviously, Johnny Storm's not there, and the Thing's not there, and he feels kind of bad about it, but it is what it is. But he did save the people's lives that he could. And when Sue tells him that, he's like, I had help. Kind of meaning Doom, like who bought me time for me to figure it out. And then we finally get to see what happened to Doom. And Doom is back, of course, in his, his castle, and he takes off his mask, and his face is perfectly normal, perfectly fine, nothing wrong with it. And he laughs. And Reed Richards talks about what he learned, that everything should live, that you're just expansive, not the opposite. So, and we see that Molecular Man gets better because they're using spending pieces him to make these new universes, because he is all powerful. And again, it was a nice wrap up to the story. I think this series was basically what you were thinking you were going to get out of it. It basically was more or less Reed Richards in a Doom series. That's what it was. Those were the two main characters in Molecular Man. That was it. Those are the main characters. We got to see the rest of the different kind of Marvel Universe, which some of it has gone into our new version of the Marvel Universe, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see these new characters and see how, and the old characters, and see how it all fits together now. Again, I enjoyed Secret Wars 9. I thought it was a nice wrap-up. There were some holes in the story. They left some gaps they didn't really fill in all the way. But overall, the series was decent. I guess some of it was, you didn't have the big massive letdown. You got the big battle at the end. It wasn't some, goofy, everything's kind of fine kind of thing. Things are different. Things are changed from this. So, what did you think of Secret Wars 9? Again, overall, that was a decent series. Would I put it as one of the greatest? No, but it was probably one of the better crossovers Marvel's written recently. Again, when Marvel does a crossover, it's kind of hit or miss. It's either really good or it turns out really bad. Like, you see, what I mean bad is you see the potential, but they never live up to that potential. This one did, throughout all the books, they did so many different things that you weren't used to, that you got to see different styles of character, and now some of that has carried over to the new Marvel Universe. So anyway, what is your opinion of Secret Wars #9 in the series as a whole? Did you like it, not like it, or about it? Love to hear your guys' opinions like always. I'll make another video soon. Later, guys.